guys, it's Christine from Thrive CRNA, and I'm here to give you some information about the application process when you're thinking about becoming a CRNA and applying to schools, because the application process has changed a little bit and the interview process have changed a little bit. So I just want to go through the application process, and there's going to be a part 2 about the interview process. So let's get started. So my name is Christine. I am currently an experienced CRNA, and I've been an experienced CRNA for a very long time, and I have a lot of experience in a trauma hospital. That's where I first worked, and now I'm in a community hospital. And I've definitely also have worked in a surgery center, and so I have a wide range of experience as a CRNA. Also, I've worked with students. I've precepted, and I love precepting. I love teaching, I love educating, and I love doing it the way I like doing it. So that's why I decided to do this YouTube channel. It was mainly to educate, as well as be a mentor and be a support for students, as well as others who are thinking of becoming a CRNA. Maybe you want to become a nurse, an ICU nurse. Maybe you're kind of questioning, should I become a CRNA? Should I become a nurse practitioner? Maybe a doctor. So that's why I'm here as a resource for you. And so now, say for example, you're at the point where you're like, okay, I'm a registered nurse. I got my ICU experience. I've done community work in the hospital as well as in the community, and I'm ready to think about applying. Or you are currently thinking of becoming a nurse, and or maybe you're thinking about it, maybe and also thinking about becoming a CRNA, and what should I expect? Because this video will actually help you if you're starting from the beginning, because it's going to give you all the information so you kind of know how to have a game plan and how you get yourself ready and what to expect, so you are above and beyond a lot of the students who are thinking about becoming a CRNA. So it's definitely my goal is to get you where you need to be at. I can't guarantee anything, but I can give you all the tools in your basket so you can be successful. And it's all the tools that I give you, it's up to you to take it and run with it and work hard. So now you think about the application. So one of the things you got to think about when you think about your application: resume. So your resume is very important. You definitely have to have a resume, going through your experience, your degree, as well as looking over, have you done research, what type of certifications do you have, maybe you have another degree, basically make sure you have a nice resume. Honestly, a lot of students or nurses make the mistake of having a resume that's like 3 or 4 pages. I know it's tough to make a resume concise, but you have to. Because honestly, when a director of a school is looking at your resume, they are not going to sit there and read every single detail. They're going to look through it and kind of see what kind of content you have, what kind of experience you have. But when you have 4 or 5 pages, it's not as appetizing to look through. So I recommend it if you can. At most have 2, but ideally have one page resume. I know that's tough, but at most 2, and make it as concise as possible, easy to read with bullet points. Next thing, you want to have a cover letter. You want to say, hey, my name is, Christine, and, I am an experienced ICU nurse, and I'm really interested in your program. Kind of introduce yourself a little bit, a little bit about, you want to become, why you want to become a CRNA, and maybe about your research experience and how that can apply to your application and apply to their program. But it's very short and concise. It's very easy to read, not like a half a page to a page, but very, very, very concise and short. And little slight introductions, kind of like a bulletproof in a way of your essay. right? So it's very short and concise and kind of introducing yourself, okay? And there's a lot of videos on YouTube as well as templates on Google search, and you type out, cover letter, click on it, and you'll see a lot of images of examples of how people write cover letters. Of course, look at it and make it your own. Then you got to think about letters of recommendations. You want to have someone who really knows you, really has experience with you. And so, your nurse manager, maybe a professor you've known for a very long time. Maybe there's a doctor that you've worked at in the ICU who you have a really good relationship with, and they've seen your skill set. That's very good as well. I definitely recommend that to help you. Also, if you've shadowed, for example, you've shadowed a CRNA, or you've shadowed multiple times at a facility, you built a kind of a relationship. It's kind of good to also have maybe the chief or one of the CRNAs write a letter if they really know you. You're not going to write a letter if they met you once or twice. If you've built that relationship with them while shadowing them, that's also a nice thing to do as well. Now, another thing I think about is your essay. I definitely have a video on the essay. Definitely check that out. Kind of goes to you kind of what to think about when you're writing your essay. Now, when you see, for example, for the specific school you're applying to, make sure you follow the guidelines to the T. Don't go onto tangents. Don't go into the left and the right. Just follow the road and follow all of the signs that's telling you the direction to go. And, make it unique, make it your own, and really make it, everything about it really speaks about you. Quotes, experiences you've had, things that have made you realize, why you want to become a CRNA. Research experience, really good. Maybe something related to the specific school you're looking at, and maybe they have some type of research that they're doing that you're interested in doing, and you want to also contribute to it. That's always good, because a lot of the programs nowadays are doctoral degrees and research. So you may not like research, but research is a bare bones to anything in science and in the medical field. So it's very important. So just think about it. Also look online, look at the professors, what the professors are doing. See if one of the professors, something that they're doing is very interesting to you. Do a little research on it and write a little bit about it. So that's something that speaks lively about you, really makes you stand out. And so definitely do that and follow the guidelines of the essay. Now make sure that you have someone look over it. So not just, anyone. It's important to have like a friend that knows you very well, maybe a family member that knows you very well, maybe one of the nurses on your unit, your nurse manager, someone that knows you very well, and have them look over it. Also, depending on if you're currently in school and you're still thinking about it, you can always they always have an English writing center that you can go to. Have them look over it. And also, there's also online platforms that you can put your paper in and it can revise it for you, which is pretty awesome. There's also something called Fiverr, and you can go on Fiverr and you can have someone pay like $5, literally $5 or $10, $15. It's really cheap, and they can read through your essay and tweak it for you. So if you don't have anyone, it's always an option. So definitely make sure that speaks lives to you. Now also, when you think about your application, you want to look at your grades, you want to make sure you're ready to apply. You can get into school with a low GPA, but because it's not only about, grades. Yes, grades are important. What about the person? Because you're going to be taking care of patients. So it's not always 100% about that. You also got to think about, the person, the personality, the drive. But you want to make sure that the main prerequisite courses in sciences are good grades. If it's Hebrew and you got a D-, you're okay. You know what I mean? Maybe retake it if you have to. Or if it is another course that's not really important, not a big deal. maybe retake it. But if it's not, honestly, I think it's more related to like the core courses, like your biology, your chemistry, your statistics, your anatomy, physiology, physics, etc. Those are the main courses that matter. So definitely think about that when you think about your application, and check out the next video about the interview process. And if you want to learn more about how to become a CRNA and how to grow your CRNA career, and click one video over here, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.